From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Tuesday, May 28th. We begin with news on the city's far west side. Police say a man is dead after a hit and run. IMPD says it happened around 1:20 this morning on West Washington Street near High School Road. Police say they found a man with trauma. He died on scene. Officers tell us they think he was hit by a vehicle that did not stay on scene. So far, the man's identity has not been released, and police did not have a description of the vehicle involved. On to another deadly crash, this one on the city's far east side. This one left a woman dead and a man critically injured. IMPD says it happened on the 1500 block of Fenton Avenue. Police say the two victims were driving a go-kart around 11 o'clock last night when they were struck by a vehicle. Police say that vehicle then left the scene. So far, the names of those involved have not been released. There was also no word from IMPD on suspects or a description of the vehicle involved. On to some news making worldwide headlines. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is now calling Sunday's deadly Israeli strike in Rafah a tragic mistake. The strike hit a humanitarian camp filled with tents where displaced Palestinians were sheltering from the ongoing war against Hamas. That strike came days after the International Court of Justice ruled that Israel must stop its offensive in Rafah. According to the Gaza Health Ministry, at least 45 people were killed in the attack, many of whom were women and children.
Children who have had amputations, children who have not spoken for several months, such as the level of trauma that they're dealing with, or a child who's lost a mother and is living now with an auntie and no other surviving family. These stories aren't unique. They are in the thousands and thousands. The only chance for that child to get well, and it would take a long time, is, of course, to be in a place of peace, of safety, of water, of sanitation, of loved ones. These children have nothing even resembling that right now.
Israel's military initially said it had carried out a precise airstrike on a Hamas compound, killing 2 senior militants. Let's talk sports. Monday was payday for the drivers who ran in this year's Indy 500. Winner Josef Newgarden took home the top prize, which was a record $4.2 million. A total of $18 million was given out at Monday's victory celebration to the 33 drivers who ran in the race. Newgarden spoke with sports director Anthony Calhoun at that celebration. Just take a listen to their conversation.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you know how special this event is. Anybody that's been to the Speedway knows exactly what it's all about and what it means. And that's what I cherish about it, is the opportunity to be there, to be in the race. You know, certainly from last year on, I've really just tried to enjoy the moment. And I mean that. Like, if you're in the race and you qualified and you have a shot, you know, just to go for it, that's enough. That's enough. So to be able to win it, my goodness, I don't know what to say. It took 12 years to get the first one, and now to go back-to-back. I mean, this is outside of my imagination, I promise you.
You become one of 11 drivers to win the greatest spectacle in racing twice, folks. And I think what impressed me most about you, listen, we know how competitive this field is, and you were competing against some of the best with those last 10 laps to go, and you took care of business. Give me your thoughts on that final lap as you took it home and got the checkered flag.
I don't know that you can have a better Indy 500. I mean, if people didn't like the race, then racing is not for those people watching. I mean, it was a great fight. You know, it was changing. It was very dynamic at the end. The last 30 laps was a full-out sprint. I really thought it was going to be between me and Dixon at one point, then me and Rossi, and then Pato entered the mix, and then it ended up becoming him and me. But it was a huge fight. You can't plan how it's going to finish. You really can't. Yeah. You're trying to study everybody, and then you're trying to react in the right way. But Pato made it. Look, I can't run a race like that unless I'm running against someone like Pato. He's a true champion. He deserved to win the race too, and he did a great job, and he made it work with what happened in that final lap. So just happy it worked out timing-wise.
Okay, I want to take a look at this video right here. This is such a cool moment with yourself, your wonderful wife, Ashley, your little boy here, you all kissing the bricks together. Man, that's going viral. People have been talking about this moment right here. How special was it for you to be there with your family?
Well, I like to tell people that I waited to win the Indy 500 until my wife and my son could be there. And just to celebrate with them has made it extra special. It means more when your family's there, and he did so well yesterday. Somehow it was elevated from the first time. It was great having him here last year. This year was even cooler. He was, with the 2-year-old, you don't know what you're going to get, and he handled it super well. He kissed the bricks. He looked like a pro. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but he did a great job.
Yeah, and final question here tonight. I remember last year, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday, how interviewing you after you won your first Indy 500, and you said, man, I want to get 20. I want to make it 20 for Roger Penske. I mean, you can say all you want to say, but to really see that come to fruition, I mean, it speaks volumes about you as a driver, but also the team as well to get number 20 for Mr. Penske. That's
a big deal. I mean, I love his enthusiasm. He's always looking up the road to the next goal and objective, and I'm the same way. That's what I'm all about. It's my competitive spirit, and I think Roger's very competitive, and I can promise you, after getting 20, he's already looking at 21. He might even be saying stuff like, how do we get 25? Something crazy like that.
Runner-up Pato O'Ward took home $1 million for finishing second. O'Ward was just one lap from becoming the Indy 500 champion. This morning, tributes continued to pour in for Bill Walton. Walton passed away Monday after a battle with cancer. Among those remembering the NBA legend, Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez reports.
Before last night's game, Rick Carlisle gave a heartfelt description of his relationship with Bill Walton, his former teammate. The two were on the Boston Celtics together and won a championship in 1986. Carlisle says the memories he made with Walton and the rest of the 86 team were beyond priceless. Throughout the Pacers' playoff run, Walton would text Carlisle wishing him and the team his best. Carlisle would use those texts to motivate his players before warming up. The relationship went outside the basketball court. He recalled a time Walton helped him score Grateful Dead tickets, a band Walton cherished. It was he and his wife Donna's first date. About 13 years after that show, they'd get married. Carlisle says there will never be another Bill Walton.
To me, he was a living, breathing event in history, just walking around. He was involved in so many events, in pop culture, in sports. He played drums for the Grateful Dead in the pyramids in Egypt. He's the guy that did everything.
Walton played under legendary coach John Wooden at UCLA in the 1970s. During his time in the NBA, he won his first title with the Portland Trail Blazers, later playing on the Clippers back when they were still in San Diego, following them to LA for a year. He then went on to play for Boston. In a statement announcing his death, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said, in part, what I will remember most about him was his zest for life. He was a regular presence at league events, always upbeat, smiling ear to ear, looking to share his wisdom and warmth. Bill Walton was 71. Reporting downtown, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
When it comes to the weather, Storm Track 8 says it will be a quiet and comfortable week with some possible spotty storms. Meteorologist Marcus Bailey has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
It's a lot to look forward to here as we roll into this shortened work week here. Good morning to you. 56 degrees right now out in Plainfield, 58 in Fishers, and Greenfield checking in at 58 degrees. Also very quiet and clear overhead downtown. 56 degrees here in Indianapolis. It is a southwest wind at 7 miles per hour. 53 in Lafayette, 58 Muncie, 55 Richmond, 60 Bloomington and Columbus, and 60 in Washington and in French Lick this morning. All right, no major problems overhead. Radar is relatively quiet. We do have a few showers and thunderstorms that are rolling over Lake Michigan into southern Michigan. Some of that may clip our far northern counties in the state up along the Indiana Toll Road. You're also noticing some severe weather taking place along Oklahoma and Texas along the Red River there. That is moving away and south and east. Locally, because of some of that rain that's going to be up north, futurecast as we go hour by hour, little disturbance that's going to slide through here closer to dinner time could trigger a few pop-ups here and there. I wouldn't bet on it if your kiddos have some sporting events or anything like that. You may have a couple of downpours around, maybe a few lightning strikes, but certainly not widespread. Now, better rain chances after 9 o'clock. You can see that line around the Chicagoland area. Some gusty winds involved with that up in northern parts of the state. We'll talk more about the late night hours coming up in just a bit. Right around 70 degrees at noon. We'll finish with highs into the middle 70s. later on for the day today. Very limited rain chances here. Mentioned some isolated chances late tonight, possibly into early Wednesday morning. We don't ramp things back up until late Friday night and into the weekend. And even then, I think we still get a lot of dry time. We'll talk all about this quiet week ahead in my Storm Track 8 forecast coming your way in just a few minutes.
To get a peek at the full forecast, just head over to wishtv.com, or you can download the Wish TV Storm Track 8 app. And don't forget to check out our Storm Track 8 weather blogs. And we wrap things up on a lighter note. If you're looking for something to do, you can either fire up the grill or stop by your favorite burger joint for National Burger Day. The day doubles as International Hamburger Day and wraps up National Burger Month. Many of your favorite places are offering special deals to help you celebrate. If you're interested, just head over to wishtv.com to check them out. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Tuesday, May 28th. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.